Lieutenant Erik Tilli here, again with Deputy Chief Curt Lawson to discuss frauds and scams. Deputy Chief, what are some of the scams that we have seen?
Well, like we discussed earlier, there is just a multitude of different scams. But there's a couple that we really want to point out to our residents that we've seen a significant increase. The first scam is when a scammer calls our victim and the victim looks at their phone, their caller ID, and they see that the number is actually spoofed. And what we mean by that is the phone number of the local police department, the FBI, sometimes the Department of Justice actually comes up on their phone. And that provides a little bit of validity to these scammers, and it causes the victims to kind of fall into the trap that the fraudsters are putting out there. The second thing we're seeing quite often is when individuals are clicking on emails that they don't recognize. They're going in, they're clicking on attachments, and unfortunately, computer hackers are then data mining their computer, or they're going in and they're actually locking down their computer and holding it for ransom. The third thing that we're seeing quite often is what we refer to as the grandparent scam. It's when an individual calls the victim, states that they are law enforcement and their grandson or granddaughter has been arrested and they need to post a bond. And we're seeing a lot of our seniors fall victim to this.
Wow, okay. Should people be concerned about opening emails or clicking on websites?
Absolutely. That's how these hackers get into your computer, where they mine your data. So take your time, think before you click. Are you expecting this email? Is this a familiar email? Don't click on anything, especially an attachment, unless you know what you're clicking.
What is the likelihood of recuperating money that was defrauded in some sort of scam?
Quite honestly, it's very difficult. We're very fortunate here in West Bloomfield. We have the resources, we have the technology that we can actually follow up on these frauds. But it's very labor intensive, it takes a lot of technology, and we may spend several months on these investigations just to find that the hackers, the scammers, they're out of the country and out of our reach.
What has the West Bloomfield Police Department done to prevent instances of fraud?
Well, really, it's all about education and it's all about outreach. We have a great relationship with our community. We spend a great deal of time educating our businesses, educating our seniors to make sure that they don't fall victim to scammers. And as we move forward, we're going to continue with social media and videos like this where we're trying to educate the public on what's going on and give them the latest updates on what the scammers are up to.
Great, thank you.